Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. I thought I'd do a really quick video here. This one should only be 5-10 minutes long. And one of our community members, Alan Truitt, so thank you Alan for sending me this link. He sent me a very interesting story that I had not come across. I'd seen some information about this probably about a year and a half ago about Argentina. Argentina is still going through an economic crisis. I wouldn't say SHTF type, but a major crisis where their currency is being devalued time and time again. I believe this last year, 2018, I think they devalued by like 40%, but the year prior to that they devalued a good amount as well. And Alan sent me this article and I went through it and I was like, wow, you know what, this is a pretty good article to go ahead and read because it shows the power of barter. All right, it shows what the power of barter is in real life, in real time. As Argentina goes through an economic crisis, it shows that they can get by with bypassing their national currency. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and zip it up real quick, and I'm going to read this article to you. So here we go. The title of the article, I'm sorry ladies and gentlemen, Victor walked in for a second. Just a second. What is it?
Did you already put the food in?
I already fed them. Sorry about that. Victor was asking me if I fed the dog. I already fed him. So ladies and gentlemen, the title of this article is Faced with Rampant Inflation, Argentines Turn to Barter. And I had either read an article or seen a video on this a little over a year ago where I don't think that's what this article covers, but where the Argentines were actually creating their own, I'm gonna call it currency. They would actually create their own currency that they could use to barter in a local market that was operated by regular citizens. So since they knew that the value of their currency, of the Argentine peso, since they knew that it wasn't consistent, meaning that it was so volatile that it would lose value so dramatically overnight, they knew that they could not rely on that currency in order to trade. So they actually created their own currency. And I'll try to find that article and show it to you guys so that you can see what some alternatives are, what some people think about when they are in the middle of crisis that helps them get through it. So here we go, let's start it off. And this article, as you can see, is about roughly a year and a half old. But it's still very relevant because Argentina is still going through a crisis, a serious crisis. About a year ago, if not a little less, Argentina's government was selling 100-year bonds, believe it or not. And people were buying it, which I don't understand. Who would buy a bond that matures in 100 years? Incredible. But let me go ahead and start reading this article real quick. Instead of selling his soybeans for devalued pesos, Gustavo Dione exchanged 30 tons of soy for about 8,000 liters of diesel from the state-run oil company. This is just one example of a growing barter economy in Argentina, as a 24% inflation rate rapidly erodes the value of the country's currency. As Bloomberg reports, the rise of barter is simple economics. Commodities hold their value better than cash. Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Commodities hold their value better than cash. Unfortunately, and I'm taking a break here. Unfortunately, nowadays, our government considers gold and silver as a commodity. But obviously, this is a true statement because gold and silver definitely holds its value a lot better than cash. Actually, I feel that gold and silver, as far as precious metals, is the mean by which currencies are valued. So when people say that the value of gold went up or down, it's not really that the value of gold went up or down, it's that the value of the dollar went up or down. Okay? So why bother with fiat currency if you don't have to? Barter is the most basic economic transaction. You give me something I want or need, In exchange, I give you something you want or need. YPF, the Argentine energy company, uses barter to bypass the peso. The company barters with farmers, trading fuel for wheat, soy, and corn, and then sells it on the dollar-based export market for grain. Of course, this scheme will fall apart if the dollar crashes, and they mean the US dollar. Nevertheless, it illustrates the power of barter. Barter may seem primitive, but everybody should consider developing local barter networks. In the event of a systemic economic collapse, these networks will provide vital channels for the exchange of goods and services in traditional markets if traditional markets cease to function. We saw the value of localized barter systems firsthand in the wake of the Greek economic crisis. A robust barter economy developed out of sheer necessity, as everyday Greeks had to find ways to cope with cash withdrawal limits and currency shortages. In Venezuela, people have turned to their smartphones to barter goods. Mothers trade pasta for diapers. A bag of flour can get you a bottle of shampoo. But barter can be tricky. You have to find someone who has what you want and wants what you have. What happens if the guy with eggs wants shoes and you don't have any footwear to trade? See, ladies and gentlemen, this is where precious metal comes in. Because let me give you a quick example. Let's say that you raise cattle, right? And let's say that you need a barn to be built. If you hire a carpenter to erect that barn for you, that carpenter may not necessarily want a cow. That carpenter may want a quarter of a cow. Or he may want just a few pounds of beef, and then he may also want to be able to buy shoes for his kids or more carpentry tools for his trade. So if we use precious metals as a mean of exchange, then no matter what your profession is, you can trade for precious metals, and then you can fractionalize your money, your precious metals, and then go buy what you need with the fractionalized monies that you have now. So instead of getting a cow, maybe the carpenter will get 1 ounce of gold, right? And then if he fractionalizes that ounce of gold into grams, which there's about 31.10 gram of gold in 1 ounce, right? Troy grams, okay? Side note, for those of you that don't know, gold and silver are measured in troy grams and troy ounces, not traditional ounces and grams. Like, for example, one traditional ounce has like 28 point something grams, right? 1 troy ounce of gold or silver has 31.10 grams, troy grams, okay? So like I was saying, the carpenter can take his ounce of gold, fractionalize it into grams, and then go and purchase the things that he needs with the fractionalized money. And if everyone is using that form of barter, then you don't have to worry about whether someone has something you need. You can just pay them with your precious metals. And that's how it was done for a very long time before the power of our money was turned over to the Federal Reserve. All right, sorry about that. Let me go ahead and continue. You need to have something to barter with that virtually everybody will want. Silver. Okay, here we go. Oh, they might be explaining here what I was just talking about. Silver is a medium of exchange that won't lose value because the government creates more of it out of thin air. Silver is universally recognized as money. It's perfect for barter. Investing in silver is one of the most important things you can do to prepare for an economic collapse. Even a temporary shutdown of the banking system would create chaos. Imagine what would happen if there was an extended, widespread power failure. If you have silver on hand, you will have the means to obtain the goods and services you need. So, I may not agree with this 100%, because I think that depending on the severity of the power failure, it's like a lot of the community members here have commented in the past, depending on the severity of the power failure, depending how long it would last, would depend on how much people would be willing to give up their food for silver. Okay, so for example, if I'm sitting here with a year's worth of food and we have a power failure that is looking like it's going to last a long time, at that time I will not be trading my food for silver. All right, I may not be trading my food for silver, and more likely most people will not. Okay, but I'm sure that you understand where they're coming from when they're saying this here. Okay, now carrying on, buying junk silver is a great route to take. The term junk silver refers to U.S. quarters, dimes, and half dollars minted before 1965. Because of the silver content inside, those pre-1965 coins are far more valuable than their face value. Their value and portability makes junk silver coins perfect for barter transactions. Okay, and then this down here is just a little advertisement for Shift Gold, and I'll read it just to give it credit because they wrote the article. For a limited time, Shift Gold has an incredible buying opportunity on pre-65 silver quarters, dimes, and half dollars. All right, and this is obviously a year and a half old. However, ladies and gentlemen, in my opinion, right now they're giving silver away at $15 and change spot price. Add a couple dollars to that for premium. If you're picking up your silver at $17.50 or even $18 an ounce or less, you know, after the premium is added to the spot, I think it's on fire sale. All right, so I'm really contemplating backing up the truck, but I'm going to wait just a little bit longer and see what happens.
What nonsense are you spilling?
Victor!
Nonsense! All nonsense! Garbage!
I'm trying to...
Garbage!
Garbage! Okay.
Garbage!
Do you have any questions about this?
By the way, the toilet is leaking. I might have plugged it.
What?
It's no big deal, yes? Yes, cool.
Did
I'm
it
going
flush?
upstairs now. I don't know, it's overflowing. I just left it.
Go. Alright, Victor.
The
I'll
goats
see you
should
later.
take care of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please excuse Victor, okay? He's a little excited today because he got the day off of work.
Garbage!
So, he's obviously not in a very good mood. He's still upset about all the spam he got for Christmas. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to support the channel...
What? What is it you want me to say?
Tell the community members what they can do to support the channel.
Give this man money.
No, not give me money.
Yes, this is how you can support the channel.
Well, that's one of the ways, but I don't necessarily need money. There's ways.
Give him good advice. He needs it.
Well, that too, but there's ways that the community can support the channel by doing things that they already do.
If they already do these things, why would they do them?
But to do it to support this channel, like for example, ladies and gentlemen, if you click on my Amazon link, you will support the channel. It won't cost you any more. Do you use Amazon, Victor?
Yes.
Do you use my link?
I can buy things now.
Do you use
I've been kicked out of every store now.
Do you use my link?
No!
Well, why don't you use my link? If you use my Amazon link, then the Alaska Prepper community is able to benefit from it because
my account is not allowed on YouTube.
Well, I use a lot of the revenue from Amazon. I use a lot of the Amazon revenue to give back to the community by doing giveaways.
You give back to these people?
Yes! They're my community members. Of course I have to give back. Didn't you enter the last giveaway I had?
No.
Well, you should enter the next giveaway. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to do this giveaway. So, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry for the distraction.
Everything should be free. This is how it is in Mother Russia.
No, everything is not free. Even if people tell you it's free, it's not free. So let me finish asking telling the community how they can support the channel. Ladies and gentlemen, you can support the channel by using the Amazon link. It doesn't cost you any more. You can also support the channel by letting one or two of the ads that come up during the videos run through so that our channel can be credited with that ad. if you press the skip button, do you ever press the skip button?
Yes, every time your
You
video
can't-
pops up.
Why are you
Every
pressing?
single time. Garbage. Garbage channel. I would not support.
Why will you?
Dismiss this video. Do not use.
If you don't press the skip button, it gives the channel a little bit of revenue so that I can do giveaways. I like doing giveaways because it allows new preppers to get some cool stuff that they can use for their prepping endeavors. Do you understand that? That's why I like to do it.
You take this revenue and instead of buying vodka,
I'm not going to buy vodka
you
with
give
it.
to these people who definitely will not use to buy vodka.
Well, they don't get the money. They get an actual prize in the mail. I have it mailed.
I sell it. Buy vodka.
Well, here's another way. I know you like precious metals, right? You say you like silver for making silver bullets to kill werewolves.
Kill werewolves.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you are in the market, buy some precious metals, please take a look at my SD Bullion link below. Every time that you register to SD Bullion, the channel gets some credit for that as well. And the revenue that I'm going to get from SD Bullion, if anyone registers with them, I'm going to use to give away silver. What do you think about that, Victor? Do you want to use my SD Bullion link so you can buy yourself some silver?
Silver sounds nice. It does.
You like the
indeed.
silver? Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you can dig in your pockets, you're more than welcome to do a super chat during our live chats. And you can also buy me a coffee by taking a look at the link down below. Do you like coffee, Victor?
Coffee. What is this coffee?
You don't know what coffee is?
Coffee.
You just like, do they have coffee flavored vodka in Russia?
They have what?
Alright, we're going to go ahead and leave it at that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go ahead and sign off now. So remember to be good to each other, because when good people do good things,
Good things happen.
remember to reach one, teach one.
Repeat this. When good people do good things,
No.
good things happen.
Remember to reach one, teach one, and repeat. If we all did this, the world would be a better place. Very
Yes,
good.
there we
And
go.
you know that it will be a better place. Many blessings to all of you and your families. This is Alaska Prepper,
And Victor.
and we're out.
Goodbye.